People making fools of themselves. Fairies, elves, unrequited love. Seductive lead characters. This isn't a new fantasy TV show. No, this is A Midsummer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream is one of Shakespeare's most performed and best-loved comedies, and it remains as popular today as ever. It's a fantastic fairy tale for grown-ups, all about magic and falling in love.
The play is set around Athens and an enchanted forest, a dreamlike world of fairies and half-donkeys.
What's not to love about a man called Bottom with the head of a donkey? I mean, generally the fool doesn't really know what's going on. They bounce through life, having fun, making people laugh. Just think of some well-known characters in film and television. Joey from the TV show Friends, Mr. Bean. So many of them play the fool.
Although I think one thing that's important to remember about the fool is that often as the story goes on, you find out that they're not just a kind of side character, but they actually have a very important role to play in the plot, unearthing truths. Take the fool from Lear, for example, who's also able to point out the king's faults when no one else can. And often things that are said in jest are ignored, but they tend to be quite to the point. Or for a more modern example, take Zoolander. Derek Zoolander is one of the biggest fools that you might ever see, but he ends up saving the life of the Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's poignant to think that we've been using humour to cope with life for hundreds of years. And I think that's something that a lot of people are able to relate to.
I think Shakespeare's language and humour can be quite crude, and that definitely appeals to younger people. One thing that's very interesting is that you get people of all ages at Shakespeare productions, and you'll notice that the young people laugh at some jokes and the older people laugh at other jokes. So it doesn't really matter who you are, there'll always be something that you'll find funny, I think, in a Shakespearean comedy.
Shakespeare was also very creative when it came to writing insults. Insults a bit like this.
Thou art an artless, beef-witted barnacle.
Thou art a droning, fly-bitten harpy.
Thou art a mewling, fool-born maggot pie.
Thou art a fawning, idle-headed strumpet.
Thou art a vain, tickle-brained codpiece.
Thou art a saucy, common-kissing varlet.
Enough! Be gone with you!